514 hapless villagers from the backward region of Jharkhand have been lured to brand themselves as Naxals. The tribals were given the promise of jobs and benefits to turn themselves in. Headlines today blows the lid of a murky CRPF police nexus.
आपका नाम क्या है?
कृष्णा।
कृष्णा जी, आपके साथ क्या हुआ?
जैसे हम लोग नौकरी देंगे बोल के पैसा ले गया, जो उसमें 1.5 लाख रुपया दिए थे, जमीन गिरवी रख के दिग्दर्शन के माध्यम से गए थे, वहाँ पर रखा गया। वहाँ पर उसके बाद में गन दिखाया गया, राइफल 9mm सिक्सर।
An unsuspecting farmer turned into a dreaded Naxal almost overnight, duped by some conniving middlemen and unscrupulous officers within the system. Krishna Rao is not alone. As many as 514 hapless innocent men conned into surrendering as Naxalites, lured with the promise of jobs in the paramilitary forces, mortgaging their homes and running up huge debts to pay middlemen.
हम लोग को यहाँ लाया गया फिर पहले तो वो बताया कि यहाँ वहाँ आए, फिर यहाँ से हम लोग को मालूम हुआ कि आप 1 लाख रुपए दीजिए, 1 लाख रुपए दिए। फिर बोला गया कि आपको यहाँ ट्रेनिंग भी होगा, फिर कुछ दिन ट्रेनिंग होगा, उसके बाद नौकरी मिल जाएगी।
The so-called surrendered Naxals lodged in CRPF Cobra Battalion camp located in Ranchi jail campus, spending 6 months to a year in semi-captivity.
बाद में ले जाके पुराना जेल में रख दिया। तो वहाँ गया तो वहाँ रास्ता में हम लोग को बताते गया कि तुम लोग को मैंने उग्रवादी सरेंडर के रूप में लेके जा रहे हैं, और कुछ बोलेगा तो बोलना कि हम PLFI के हैं, किसी को बोल दिया कि हम माओवादी के हैं।
The scam busted by former IG of the CRPF MV Rao, who wrote to the then Jharkhand DGP in October 2012. The damning letter in possession of Headlines Today suggesting that out of the 514 so-called surrendered Naxals in Ranchi jail, very few had actual cases against them. The surrenders stage managed to claim benefits. The fake Naxals let loose to fend for themselves the moment the scam broke. Their job hopes dashed, their lives ruined. One of them lodging an FIR in March last year in a bid to get justice. But more than 2 years after the scam was busted, only 3 middlemen arrested so far. Worse, no CRPF official or cop even questioned till date. The Jharkhand government ordering a CBI inquiry in 2014, but the CBI yet to take up the case. Perhaps a telling commentary on the state's willful dereliction. With Amitabh Srivastav, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
Well, after the Headlines Today report created ripples in the political spectrum, the former Home Minister under whose tenure tribals were allegedly posed as Naxals has reacted. Sushil Kumar Shinde says such an incident never took place, only during his tenure, and he would have taken immediate action if such information had been brought to his notice. Meanwhile, a bitter blame game has already begun after this Headlines Today expose. The CRPF claims its men were not involved in guarding or surrendering. Meanwhile, the Jharkhand police have gone a step further and claimed that there were no scams but an attempt to bring marginalized youth into mainstream. After the India Today and Headlines Today exclusive report, the surrender for job scam finding echoes in the corridors of power. Headlines Today report has created ripples. Former junior Home Minister RPN Singh says an inquiry should be launched and strictest action be taken.
I think it's extremely unfortunate if something like that has come to light. There should be an immediate inquiry into it, and anybody who is to blame for this extreme action should be taken against him.
This is a very serious matter. If that is so, then a thorough investigation must be done, because in collusion of the state government as well as central government, it's a very serious matter. I mean, the media has caught the attention of it. It's a good thing, but others should also raise it, and we will be raising in Parliament.
This is highly condemnable. This is not the way to deal with the tribal people and their problems. And this is not the way even to deal with the so-called left-wing extremists. there must be a well thought out strategy how to deal with the Maoists, the left-wing extremists. At the same time,
and the police.
There will be well thought out development strategy to deal with the tribal people. And
Sometimes these tribals were held for years without trial.
that is exactly, this is highly condemnable, and if you go by the
You
figures,
think there is a need for an inquiry?
definitely there is a need for thorough investigation what is going on in the so-called Naxal affected areas, because there the tribals are just picked up and kept under custody without any charge sheet, without any trial, and it is happening all over the country. If you take the under trials without charge sheet, their number is so alarming, and our law and order mechanism is so bad, and years together, months together, they are kept under custody without any charge sheet, without taking them and producing them before the court, and no judicial process is initiated, and this is horrible. And they think they can deal with the tribal people and scheduled caste people or minorities just like that, and this way situation cannot go on, and there should be some stoppage of all these undemocratic things, and this incident needs to be thoroughly investigated, probed.
I want to cut across to my colleague Rohit Singh, who's joining us live right now from Jharkhand. He's been picking up reactions ever since the story broke. Rohit, can you get us the latest details coming in? Did you have a conversation? Did you speak to somebody from the Jharkhand police? Do they still believe that these were marginalized people who they were trying to pull into the mainstream?
Well, Pripiti, ever since this expose has come to light, there's been absolutely no reaction as far as the Jharkhand police is concerned. We have tried to speak to the DGP also, but nobody is responding as far as Jharkhand police is concerned. And I also spoke to CRPF IG this morning, and he was also not willing to come on camera and say anything. And now what he was just able to say is that now the matter is sub judice, so CRPF will not like to make any sort of comments as far as this expose is concerned. But as far as politically is concerned, blame game has now started, and Hemant Soren, the former chief minister of Jharkhand, has now completely shifted the blame on Arjun Munda, because he says at the point of time when this entire scam was happening, that is between 2011 and 2012, that at that point of time Hemant was only the deputy chief minister, and the chief minister was Arjun Munda, and the home department was also with Arjun Munda, and he is squarely to be blamed for this entire scam that was happening at that point of time. And in 2013 July, Hemant Soren took over as chief minister, and he says that he arrested people. He also recommended a CBI probe. So he squarely blames BJP. He squarely blames Arjun Munda for the scam that was going on during his regime.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Rohit. We're going to keep coming back to you for more as this story develops in Jharkhand. We're getting reactions.